Hello, my name's Ian Schuster, and I'm the CEO of Schubros Brewery and San Francisco East Bay Brewing. And today I want to talk a bit about the craft beer market, both here in the United States and the huge opportunity we're looking at overseas. As a U.S. craft brewer, we've seen amazing growth since '82, from 37,000 barrels to 22.1 million barrels. That's 31 gallon equivalents. And it hasn't come from beer overall, not just any beer. Beer overall has been flat. But craft beer, the higher quality, better tasting, more full beer, 6.2% up, surging to $23.5 billion of growth, 10% versus even last year. But those numbers may sound great, but there's some questions. How long can it be sustained? We're seeing growth down dramatically from even a couple years ago. And we're seeing a lot of breweries really rushing in at really rapid rates of the industry. It's got to the point where there are now almost 7,200 breweries as of the end of last year. 1,000 of them were in California. Brewery proliferation has been actually recorded at 40%, which is really scary considering that craft beer sales are up maybe 10, 11, 12%. Now, yes, share is still going up. We're still taking business from the big guys, but it's slowing down, prompting the Heineken CEO to mark that they even noticed it. Fact is, the industry's just gotten a little too crowded now. So that's a U.S. story, but overseas, is there opportunity? Yes, and it's in Asia, not surprisingly, because it's all powered really by the rising affluence and the surging of a middle class. And Asia is where we're really seeing that taking off. So China is the biggest consumer out there, then Japan, Vietnam, and India. That's where we're concentrating. So let's look at China first. The Chinese market is massive. It is going on twice the size of the United States. It's by far number one, overtook the US almost 10 years ago. In fact, the market is as big as all of US, Germany, and Brazil together. Yet, it's underpenetrated. There's only 53 breweries, fewer than in New Hampshire. So Fox Business was the first to really pick up the story of the huge opportunity, the size of the market, but also the fact that they're not just drinking beer. These guys are really shifting to the premium stuff. It's that surging in middle class. It's the affluence, the disposable income. It's pulling premium beer up in China. And India is actually a very similar story, albeit from a smaller base. So India is showing decades of consistent growth, going up, 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 up as the economy gets bigger and the people get wealthier. We're seeing it directly tied with GDP. And now as we're coming to a period where India is pulling out into some more rapid growth, we're going to see the rapid growth go especially to craft. 20% year on year are the forecasts. Vietnam is very similar to the China story. A little bit smaller, but experiencing a real craft beer revolution. Largely prompted by the privatization of the two bigger brewers. It's a field day for us. Growth is massive, up a big 41% versus 10 years ago. Japan's a very different story. Huge market, much more mature. Craft beer is sitting at 2% share right now, but there are these new tax laws that have been put into place recently that are really going to trigger a craft beer renaissance, the rise of premium beers. And people are seeing it. The press is saying there's no sign of it running dry. The surge is there to stay. So that's our power discussion of the key markets we're looking at. But now let's talk about the beer, what we'll be going into these markets with. First and foremost is the core four, the pinnacles of the craft style, the big four brands, most of our revenues. The Passport series are where we're going to build reputation. These are bigger beers, barrel-aged, beautiful presentation. The Ship to Shore series, exciting line of California, rotating IPAs and pale ales. It's what's expected from us. We're a California brand, so in China right now we're emphasizing it with California Sunrise, California Moonlight. We're also pushing the edges. A 45-million-year-old yeast beer we partnered with the guy Jurassic Park was written about. Finally, Akatango. It's a gluten-free solution. It's actually made with quinoa, so amazing beer. So to wrap this up, we're from San Francisco, California. We're focused on Asia, and we're going to bring the right products to the right market with the right sales and marketing tactics to take advantage of this once-in-a-lifetime economic opportunity. And we hope you can join us for the ride. So thank you very much.